J.R.R. Tolkien's The Lord of the Rings paints a vivid picture of Middle-earth, a world steeped in history, myth, and the echoes of ancient power. While the narrative primarily focuses on the struggle against Sauron and the fate of the One Ring, the absence of dragons as a major force in the War of the Ring is a notable detail. These majestic fire-breathing creatures, so prominent in earlier ages, are relegated to mere whispers and legend. Where did all the dragons go? To understand this, we must delve into Tolkien's world building, explore their history, their weaknesses, and the events that led to their decline. Greetings all, I'm your guide, the Archivist. Today I will look at where the dragons of Middle-earth have gone. Before we begin, please remember to like the like and subscribe waystones down below, so that more people can learn from the archives. Dragons in Tolkien's cosmology are not mere beasts, they are creatures of immense power and destruction, often associated with Morgoth, the original Dark Lord. Their origins are shrouded in mystery, but they are undoubtedly creatures of the First Age, bred and manipulated by Morgoth as weapons of war. These primeval dragons, like Glaurung, the father of dragons, possessed immense size, intelligence, and cunning, capable of wielding great magic and inspiring terror in the hearts of elves and men alike. They were symbols of Morgoth's dominion, representing the corruption and decay of the natural world. The First Age saw dragons actively participate in the wars against elves and men. Glaurung, in particular, played a significant role in the downfall of many elven kingdoms. His fiery breath and impenetrable scales made him a formidable opponent, capable of shattering armies and laying waste to entire cities. The stories of these ancient dragons are filled with details conveying their terrifying power and influence. The War of Wrath, which marked the end of the First Age and the defeat of Morgoth, also saw the dragons suffer heavy losses. The Valar, the powerful angelic beings who govern the world, intervened directly in the conflict, unleashing their own forces to combat Morgoth's armies. While the exact details are scarce, it is implied that many dragons perished during this cataclysmic battle. The Second Age saw a relative lull in dragon activity. With Morgoth imprisoned in the Void, the dragons that remained were scattered and diminished in power. However, they were not entirely absent. Some dragons, driven by greed and a thirst for power, continued to hoard treasure and terrorize the land. The Third Age, the era in which The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings are set, is marked by the rise of Sauron, Morgoth's chief lieutenant. While Sauron commands vast armies of orcs, trolls, and men, dragons play a surprisingly limited role. The most notable dragon of this era is Smaug the Golden, who seized the Lonely Mountain and its vast treasure, driving the dwarves into exile. Smaug's existence highlights several key points about the state of dragons in the Third Age. Firstly, he is presented as a singular threat, a relic of a bygone era. While he is undoubtedly powerful, his influence is largely confined to a single region. Secondly, his primary motivation is greed, reflecting a decline in the dragon's connection to a larger malevolent purpose. Smaug is not serving Sauron, he is simply hoarding treasure for his own selfish desire. The events leading to Smaug's demise, detailed in The Hobbit, further illustrates the dragon's vulnerability. Bard the Bowman, a descendant of the Lords of Dale, successfully slays Smaug with the Black Arrow, exploiting a weak spot in the dragon's armour. This victory demonstrates that even the most formidable dragons are not invincible and can be defeated with skill and courage. But the question remains, why were dragons not a significant force in the War of the Ring? Several factors contribute to this absence. The wars of the First Age and the conflicts of the subsequent ages significantly reduced the dragon population. Many were killed in battle, whilst others may have retreated to remote regions, seeking to avoid further conflict. It is likely that the dragons were simply too few in number to pose a significant threat on a global scale. While dragons are undeniably powerful, they are not without their weaknesses. They are vulnerable to projectiles, as demonstrated by Bard's victory over Smaug. Their greed and arrogance can also be exploited, making them susceptible to manipulation. Sauron, known for his strategic brilliance, may have deemed dragons too unreliable or too difficult to control for his grand schemes. The War of the Ring was primarily a conflict between organised armies and political factions. Sauron's strength lay in his control over vast legions of orcs and his ability to corrupt and dominate the wills of men. dragons as individual entities did not fit neatly into this power structure. Ultimately, Tolkien's narrative focuses on the struggles of men, elves and dwarves against the forces of darkness. The War of the Ring is a test of their courage, resilience and moral fortitude. Introducing dragons as a major force would have shifted the focus away from these central themes. Despite their absence from the War of the Ring, there are hints that dragons may still exist in Middle-earth. Gandalf mentions in the Fellowship of the Ring that dragons are grown strong again. This suggests that some dragons may have survived in remote regions, slowly rebuilding their numbers and regaining their power. The details that they have grown strong again implies a period of weakness and possible decline. The fate of these surviving dragons is uncertain. It is possible that they will eventually re-emerge as a threat in future ages, or that they will remain hidden, fading into legend. Regardless, their existence serves as a reminder of the ancient power that once roamed Middle-earth and the enduring presence of evil in the world. The disappearance of dragons from The Lord of the Rings is not simply a matter of plot convenience, it is a reflection of Tolkien's complex world building and his exploration of themes of decline, loss, and the cyclical nature of history. The dragons, once symbols of immense power and destruction, become relics of a bygone era, their presence reduced to whispers and legends. Their absence underscores the shift in power dynamics in Middle-earth and the focus on the struggle of mortals against the forces of darkness. While they may not play a central role in the War of the Ring, their legacy of fire and destruction continues to echo through the ages, reminding us of the ancient dangers that lurk beneath the face of Tolkien's world. The details surrounding their absence are meticulously crafted, reinforcing the sense of a rich and believable history. And so I have now covered the content for this video, but if there's anything that has been missed, please share them in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this content, please remember to like the like and subscribe waystones down below. Naluig Vanadvan. Until we meet again.